3 years after my mother's death, a man found me. He frowned and said, "You must be the illegitimate child she bore. You're just like her." Equally disgusting. I didn't understand what he was talking about. I just wanted to hurry home. I had to cook for Dad. This became my responsibility after Mom passed away. Where is your mom? Her social media is deactivated, and she's not answering calls. Is she pretending to be dead? I looked up at him, puzzled by his harsh words. He sneered. She didn't think I'd be unable to find her, did she? I sniffled and whispered, "Mom is dead." It seemed he didn't hear clearly, so he squatted down and asked, "Who died? Say it again." He finally took off his sunglasses. That's when I noticed he had the same beautiful eyes and prominent nose as my mother. He looked a lot like her. My heart ached, and I missed my mother even more. He told me he was my uncle, my mother's brother. He showed me many photos. There was Mom in her school uniform. Mom when she was younger, before I was born, but in all these photos, my mom wasn't smiling. I asked my uncle, "Do you have any photos of Mom as a child? Do I look like her when she was little?" Mom always said I looked just like her and that I would be as beautiful as her when I grew up. My uncle paused and then said, "First, take me home to your mom, then I'll show you more." I missed Mom terribly. I had watched the photos and videos she left behind over and over again. The mom in my uncle's phone was one I had never seen before. After thinking, I decided to take him home. As soon as my uncle stepped in, his face turned sour. He shouted, "Rachel, how long will you hide? Come out." The house was silent. No one responded. I couldn't hold back my tears. Mom wasn't here. She was long gone. My uncle turned the house upside down but couldn't find Mom. He turned on me angrily. "Where is your mom? Where did she die?" I cried. "Mom is dead." His eyes narrowed into slits, and he scoffed, "Dead, yet her clothes are still here, her photos still displayed. Kid, use your brain when you lie, because Dad loved Mom very much, so everything in the house remained just as it was when Mom was alive." My uncle, with a cold expression, mocked, "That loser, what right does he have?" I got angry. "Don't talk about my dad like that." My uncle scooped me up. I bit his shoulder hard. "Put me down." He rushed downstairs, ignoring my struggles, and shoved me into the car. He wiped his hands vigorously with a tissue, as if I were something filthy and stinking. I was both angry and scared, threatening him, "I will tell Dad. I will tell the police." My uncle locked the car door. "I'm taking my own niece home. What law am I breaking? Even if the police come, I'm in the right." I can't believe that cold-hearted brute would abandon his own flesh and blood. My uncle took me to his home. It was a large place with a garden and a fountain, as beautiful as a palace from a TV show. I cried all the way, and in the end, my uncle couldn't bear to see me so upset. He tried to comfort me by saying, "This is where your mom grew up. If you behave, I'll tell you stories about her past." I wiped away my tears and nodded in agreement. I had to pretend to be good and find a chance to call the police. My uncle introduced me to a beautiful lady, saying, "Mom, this is Rachel's daughter. With her here, Rachel will surely come." It turned out she was my grandmother, who seemed like a kind person. I timidly said, "Grandma, I'd like to call my dad." Her expression suddenly changed, and she scolded me angrily. "Don't call me Grandma. I don't have such a shameless daughter. Keep her locked up so Judy doesn't see her. Judy can't have children. It would upset her to see her." My uncle then took me upstairs. At that moment, a woman in a wheelchair came out of a room, and I saw my grandmother happily greeting her. "Judy, how are you feeling today? Tired? Shall I give you a massage?" Her voice was soft and gentle, completely different from how she spoke to me, yet, she was also my mom's mom. My nose tingled with sadness. Does Mom feel sad during such times too? I told my uncle, "I want to stay in Mom's room." Would it still have Mom's scent? Whenever I miss Mom, I sleep with the little blanket she used to cover herself. It feels like Mom is still by my side. Surely, Mom's room must be filled with her scent. It must still have her pens, her favorite books, clothes she wore. This is the closest I've been to Mom in 3 years. I looked at my uncle expectantly. He looked down at me, pursed his lips, and led me in a different direction. We walked to the very end of the corridor. "This was where your mom lived. Now it's a storage room on the second floor." The door opened to a room full of dusty old items. I spotted a baby walker and excitedly ran to it, asking my uncle, "Did Mom use this?" He seemed to recall a happy memory and chuckled. "No, that was Judy's when she was small. She was quite clumsy then, walked like a duck. I let go of the walker, feeling disappointed, and then found a cloth doll. What about this? Is this Mom's doll? Can I sleep with it tonight? Judy was afraid of the dark when she was little. I took a long time to pick this doll for her. It can sing, and Judy really liked it. I was puzzled. Then where are Mom's things? My uncle's smile faded, gone. There's nothing of hers here. No wonder I couldn't find any trace of Mom. This was supposed to be Mom's home, yet why was there nothing of hers here? Not even a single photo of her. In the family portrait in the living room, my uncle and Judy stood behind my grandparents, one on each side. They all looked so happy, a perfect family, except Mom was missing. In such a big family, there seemed to be no room for my mom. Judy eventually found me, just as my uncle was about to leave. She stormed into my room, screaming like a madwoman, why does Rachel have it so good, even having a daughter, and here I am, unable to even walk. What's the point of living? My grandmother held her, soothing her gently. Judy, dear, Rachel's good days are almost over. She's alive only to give you a kidney. She owes you that. Judy stared at me unmovingly. Suddenly, she wheeled herself towards me, gripping me tightly and rummaging through my pockets. I tried to protect my pockets and run, but Judy clung to me relentlessly. In my desperate struggle, I accidentally knocked her over. We both fell to the ground. Grandma was terribly upset and quickly helped Judy up. I was in pain too, but I didn't cry. After all, no one would sympathize with me. Grandma, furious, slapped me hard, saying, "How dare you behave like this, just like your mother, a troublemaker." I covered my face, tears falling uncontrollably. Mom always said I was the obedient Christy. She and Dad never hit me. I realized then how painful it was to be struck. Uncle's expression was grim as he demanded, "Hand it over, whatever it is." I refused, and he tried to snatch it away. Uncle was much stronger. I couldn't resist him. It was an old cell phone. After Mom passed away, Dad gave me her old phone filled with her videos and photos. Whenever I missed Mom, I would look at them. Judy glared at me, snatching the phone from Uncle, accusing, "This little wretch," surely thinking of calling the police. Panicked, I explained, "Don't touch my phone. It doesn't have a SIM card. It can't make calls. I won't call Dad. I won't call the police." Kneeling on the ground, clinging to Uncle's legs, I sobbed and pleaded, "I can't sleep without it. I need to see Mom's videos and photos to fall asleep. Please, Uncle, give it back to me." Uncle coldly retorted, "Let your mom come and soothe you then." Judy, by the window with the wheelchair, held out the phone, threatening to throw it out unless I told her where Mom was. My heart raced with fear. "Don't, Mom is in there. Give it back. Give Mom back to me." Grandma held me back firmly, not talking. Okay. Naughty children need to be punished. Judy let go. The phone fell. In desperation, I bit Grandma, and as she recoiled in pain, I dashed to the window. Mom's phone was old and worn, its case long since scuffed, but I still cleaned and carefully protected it every day. Now, shattered into countless pieces, it was beyond repair. I would never see Mom again. Uncle remarked, "Missing your mom hurts, doesn't it? If she were here, she'd protect you. So, can you tell me now where your mom went?" I sobbed breathlessly. "I don't have a mom anymore. She's gone." Judy slapped me. "Even now, you lie." I hardly felt the pain. I was no longer afraid of it. My chest felt tight, as if a hand was squeezing my heart, making it hard to breathe. Jumping seemed the only way to see Mom again. Then I would no longer be a child without a mother, no longer subject to their cruelty. I quickly climbed onto the windowsill. "I'm leaving this place. I'm going to see Mom." Uncle's voice trembled. "What are you doing?" I spread my arms. Uncle seemed genuinely panicked, rushing towards me. "Christy, don't." Without hesitation, I leapt downward. My uncle lunged forward and caught me in his arms. His heart pounded loudly, faster than mine. Holding me tightly, he roared, "Are you crazy? You could have killed yourself or ended up crippled over just a broken phone." Through tears, I yelled back, "It's not just a broken phone. It's Mom. It's my mom. I no longer have a mother. I can't even see her on my phone anymore. Why do they have to do this to me? I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't lie. I just wanted to see my mom's photos, to find traces of her. How did it come to this? I was wrong. I really know I was wrong. I shouldn't have spoken to my uncle, shouldn't have brought him home. Dad, please come save me." My uncle locked me in the room my mother used to live in. He sealed the windows and locked the door. I couldn't escape. I refused to eat. So the nanny coaxed me, saying, "Little miss, your uncle is a big company boss. The family is wealthy. You'll live comfortably from now on. He finally found you after so much effort. He will surely treat you the best. I'm not a 3-year-old, I'm 6. I know they didn't love my mom, so they won't love me either." My uncle entered, saw that I wasn't eating, and said coldly, "If you don't eat, you'll just be hungry." He left with the nanny, and I was alone again. I missed my mom. I couldn't believe that in this big room, there wasn't a single item of hers. I started searching everywhere, sweating profusely, until I finally found an old diary in a corner. I recognized her handwriting. I opened the diary. It turns out I was taken to the wrong family. I've returned to my real home. It's so beautiful here. A big villa. I don't have to be terrified anymore. Scared of being beaten by dad or scolded by mom. I won't have to marry the blind old man from the next village. I have new parents now, and a brother too. I am so happy. Judy really hates me. She tried to kill herself, covered in blood, and everyone felt so sorry for her. Today my brother spoke to me more than usual. Judy has run away from home. Judy has accepted me. She smiled at me. That's great. I didn't steal anything, even though my brother accused me of being an uneducated country child with dirty hands. But I didn't. Why don't they believe me? Who is trying to frame me? Judy. It was Judy. She never accepted me. She just thought of a better way to deal with me. I got scolded again. Mom and Dad are very disappointed in me. Mom and Dad forgot my birthday. They took Judy to the amusement park. I am their real child. Judy is just adopted. Why do they treat me like this? Mom cried over their unfairness and favoritism. Her tears blurred the words. How devastated she must have been. Tucked in the diary was a photo with my grandparents, my uncle, and my mom. All smiling happily. It looked like Mom carefully chose a good angle to secretly snap the picture without the despised Judy. I kissed my mom's cheek in the photo. As I continued to read the diary, curled up in the corner, I fell asleep. I finally saw my mom. She wore a beautiful white dress, looking so beautiful, tears streaming down my face. I told my mom, "I don't like it here. Please take me away, Mom." She gently caressed my forehead and gave me a big kiss on the cheek. "Be good, Christy. Daddy will come to pick you up very soon." Mom sang to me to help me sleep. Stars in the sky don't talk. The children on the ground miss their mommies. The tea gardens at home are in full bloom. Mommy's darling is far away. I nestled in Mom's arms, loving the comforting scent of her. I was so tired. My eyes drifted shut. Mom has to go now. "Christy, you must listen to Daddy and grow up well, okay?" Mom's tears soaked my clothes, startling me awake. She walked further and further away. "I don't want this, I don't want this," I cried, desperately chasing after her, but I couldn't catch up. Mom was right there, but I was too slow. I fell. I begged her to wait for me. "Mom, please don't leave me, don't abandon me, please, Mom, Mom." I woke up, and Mom was gone. It was just a dream. The room was silent, not a sound from outside. I had no mom anymore. I couldn't help it. I burst into heavy sobs. "Why is your face so red?" In my daze, I felt someone wiping my tears and touching my forehead. I woke up startled, scooting back. "Don't touch me, I hate you." My uncle stood frozen. After a moment, he touched my forehead again, frowning. "Do you have a fever?" He picked me up and hurried down the stairs to the hospital, seeming very worried as if he feared I might die. Yes, if I died, then he would have no way to find Mom. He told my grandmother, "Mom, Christy has a fever, I'm taking her to the doctor." My grandmother glanced at me, just like her mother, always playing the victim even at such a young age. "Just take some medicine. Today is your dad's death anniversary, no time to fuss over her," she said. My uncle hesitated, but my grandmother dismissed it. "It's just a little fever. Is she going to die from that?" My uncle put me down and had the nanny give me medicine. It was so bitter, my face scrunched up. The nanny, feeling sorry for me, gave me some sugar. I whispered to her, "Sister, can you call my dad for me? I want to go home. I want to go home." Judy appeared behind me and dragged me out of the kitchen. She still has the energy to be manipulative, asking the nanny to make secret calls. What could be wrong with her? Today, she can take her mom's place and bow to her dad, they said as they took me to the car. My uncle's phone rang. He answered, "Yes, Christy is here. Let Rachel speak to me." I heard my dad yelling on the other end, "She's already dead. What more do you want? Why can't you leave her alone? She's already dead." My uncle's expression suddenly turned very ugly. "Don't try to fool me. A scourge that lasts 1,000 years. I've already called the police. Return my daughter to me. If you dare harm her, I'll fight you with my life." I wanted to shout for my father, but Judy covered my mouth, silencing me. Uncle sneered, "Who can you protect? Do you think you could have lived happily for so long if I hadn't been lenient towards Rachel?" He hung up the phone. The car stopped at the cemetery, and Uncle led me to my grandfather's tombstone. Grandma's eyes were red with tears, her voice choked up. "Old man, you must ensure Judy's surgery goes well. And that she stays healthy," I said. "Mom is also resting here." Suddenly, Uncle looked at me with a terrifying glare. "Even now, you continue to lie." He gripped my arm tightly. "Did your mother teach you to say that too? Speak." Uncle was furious. His expression seemed as if he would kill me. But why? I felt him trembling. Was he scared? Scared that if Mom died, his beloved sister Judy wouldn't be able to undergo surgery anymore. Judy glared at me bitterly, "A child born of an ingrate. Naturally no good, just a liar." I pouted, feeling so wronged. Why doesn't anyone believe me? Was my mom always this wrong too? They never believed what we said. As they bowed deeply, I broke free from Uncle and ran. Judy shouted, "She's running, that little wretch." I ran too fast, not noticing the diary hidden in my clothes had fallen. Judy, pushing her wheelchair, chased me and found the diary on the ground. I stopped, my heart hanging in suspense. They had smashed Mom's old phone. All I had left was this diary, which I hadn't finished reading. I still didn't know what had happened to Mom before. Judy saw my anxiety and lifted the diary. "I have no patience for your pretend death games. I can't wait anymore. My transplanted kidney is failing, and your mom's was the best match. Where is she? She would threaten and bully me just like she did to my mom before. I won't tell you where my mom is. I hate you. You're the real liar, always framing Mom, making her disliked by Grandpa, Grandma, and Uncle." Judy's face went red with rage. "You know nothing, spouting nonsense." She was so angry. She tore the diary in half. Still not satisfied, she shredded it into pieces. My heart shattered along with it. I had carefully preserved everything Mom left behind, reading them over and over. But now, they had smashed Mom's treasured old phone, and even the diary was destroyed. I had nothing left. Mom would no longer visit my dreams. Judy scattered the fragments into the sky, and a photo floated away. I screamed heartbreakingly, "Mom, that's Mom's photo. Mom, don't go." I'm such a fool. I couldn't protect Mom, couldn't protect the old phone she left. Now, I couldn't even protect a simple diary. All I had was this photo, and as I desperately chased it, I fell. My head struck the stone pavement, and blood flowed profusely, coloring my vision red. I cried in agony. Tears seemed endless. Judy angrily exclaimed, "What now?" "You little wretch," Uncle panicked, picking me up with a worried expression. "Christy, does it hurt? Uncle will take you to the hospital," I sobbed, pointing at the photo, Mom's photo. The photo drifted and finally landed. Uncle bent down to pick it up, and when he looked up, he finally saw the black and white funeral portrait. There it was, Mom's tombstone, clearly inscribed with, "Beloved wife Rachel's tomb." Uncle's face turned deathly pale. He seemed completely incredulous. Stepping back abruptly, "Impossible. How could she be gone after all these years? How could she possibly be dead?" He seemed to be trying to convince himself, repeatedly muttering, "Impossible." I got up, crying out in distress, "Mom," but the mom in the photo would never smile at me again. Suddenly, my uncle turned to me and said sternly, "That's not your mom." I saw his eyes were bloodshot, his whole body trembling violently. It seemed so odd to me. He had clearly seen Mom's tombstone. Why couldn't he accept that she was gone? Do all adults like to deceive themselves? Judy saw the tombstone, her face ashen. She screamed, "She's dead. What about my kidney? She must be pretending, right?" Grandma embraced her, trying to soothe her, but she pushed Grandma away, struggling to stand up. "I need to dig up the grave. There's definitely no body inside. It's all fake." Uncle looked at her and said coldly, "Have you lost your mind?" His expression turned terrifying. As if he could devour someone. Judy was stunned, as if she had never seen this side of her uncle before. At that moment, a voice called from a distance, "Christy, Christy." It was Dad, Dad. I ran towards him swiftly. He hugged me tightly, his arms trembling, hugging me so tightly I could barely breathe. He took several deep breaths, as if to confirm this wasn't a dream, before finally letting go, seeing the injury on my forehead. Dad was extremely distressed and confronted my uncle. "What happened, Reeves? Damn it, speak." Uncle stood still like a statue in front of Mom's tombstone, without moving or saying a word. Dad checked me over several times, asking, "What else did they do to you? Did you get hurt anywhere else?" I pointed at Judy. "She broke my phone. It was a gift from Mom." Dad still seemed very shaken, comforting me. It's okay, as long as Christy is home now." I couldn't stop my tears. But it had Mom's videos, her photos, and her voice messages to me and Dad. I won't be able to hear or see her ever again. Dad kissed my cheek. "Dad has backed everything up. When we get home, I'll buy you a new phone and put all the videos and photos in it, okay?" I wiped away my tears. I stopped crying. Dad is here. Dad is here. No one can bully me anymore. I wiped the sweat from Dad's forehead. "Dad, I will never go anywhere with anyone else again. I was too foolish. It was my fault for not being good, for making you worry." Dad's face was full of distress. "Christy is good. It's Dad's fault for being too busy, letting Christy go home alone. That's what led to this." Suddenly, Uncle moved, rushing over and grabbing Dad by the collar. "What exactly did you do to Rachel? How could she die? How could she die?" Uncle roared, his voice hoarse and almost breaking. "I entrusted her to you in good condition. How could she die?" Dad suddenly punched him. "In good condition? Which damn eye of yours saw her in good condition? If it weren't for you, would she have suffered so much?" Uncle wiped the blood from his mouth, and they started fighting. I screamed, "Don't hit my dad, don't." No one paid attention to me, and in the scuffle, they accidentally pushed me down. I fell to the ground, struggling to get up. My head felt dizzy. I couldn't hold on any longer. Everything went black. Before passing out, I saw Uncle desperately running towards me, his voice sounding almost tearful. "Christy, Christy." When I woke up, Dad stayed by my bedside. "Christy, are you still feeling unwell anywhere? I'll call the doctor right away." I asked my dad, "What about Uncle and Judy? Were they taken away by the police?" Dad shook his head with a sense of helplessness. "They just got a lecture. Since you're all related, there's not much the police could do." I pouted, feeling disappointed. Dad sighed, seemingly upset as well. I told him, "I found Mom's diary. She had a tough time before. They didn't like her." Dad nodded. "I know, but it's okay. Mom has our love." Just then, Uncle appeared at the door of the hospital room. He asked Dad, "What was she like when she passed? Any regrets? Did she suffer?" Dad didn't answer. Uncle then looked at me, his eyes bloodshot as if about to bleed. Before he could speak, Dad abruptly stood up. "Get out. We've finally gotten our lives back on track, and Christy is just starting to heal from the loss of her mother. Why do you have to show up? Christy is young, not stupid. She feels pain too." Dad dragged Uncle towards the door. Uncle didn't struggle. Dad slammed the door shut, and Uncle stood motionless outside, looking at me through the glass. I turned away, not wanting to see him. I hated him. When I looked back, he was gone. The next day, Uncle appeared at the hospital door, arms laden with bags full of toys, dolls, and various beautiful dresses. The room was almost too full. Dad was not welcoming, simply telling him to leave. But Uncle just looked at me. "Christy, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have pressured you." He stared at my tightly bandaged forehead. "Does it still hurt?" I ignored him. He mentioned he had fixed an old phone. Even the diary, he had picked up every piece and put it back together. I asked Uncle, "Did you read the diary? Do you know how much Mom suffered?" Uncle hung his head like a child who had done wrong, his body trembling again. I felt it was not enough, nowhere near enough compared to the suffering Mom endured. His current guilt and regret meant nothing to me. I opened the diary and read aloud. "My brother said he wished I had never come back. That way, at least Judy would always be happy. Judy fell into the water and blamed me. My brother believed her again and told me to leave, even to die. Judy got sick, with kidney disease. Mom asked me to donate one of my kidneys to her. I didn't want to. Suddenly, my parents and brother seemed to like me. The love I had always dreamed of suddenly seemed within my reach. But I knew, they just wanted my kidney. They didn't love me." Today Judy fainted. Mom couldn't wait any longer. She said if I wasn't willing to donate, Then she'd cut ties with me. Judy said she was sorry, that she knew she was wrong, but did she really know? She didn't know. She just wanted me to soften my heart and give her my kidney. I decided to leave. My dad drove after me and collided head-on with a truck. Dad died, and Judy was disabled. They blamed it all on me. Mom told me to go die, and my brother told me to donate both my kidneys to Judy as atonement. But what does this have to do with me, just because I wasn't injured? Am I guilty? I would rather have died that day. I couldn't help but choke up. Just reading these words saddens me. So how desperate must my mother have been? I fell in love with a boy who treated me well. Suddenly, I didn't want their love anymore. I didn't need it. I decided to embark on a grand escape, seeking the happiness I desired for myself. Was Mom really happy? Did she feel happiness with Christy? I don't know. I can't ask Mom. I can only ask Dad. Was Mom happy, Dad? Unable to speak through his tears, could only nod vigorously. So, Mom must have been happy. Uncle stared motionlessly at the diary. I saw tears fall from his eyes, blurring Mom's handwriting. It was as if he suddenly woke up, hastily wiping the pages with his sleeve. His actions were so careful, as if he was afraid of tearing the paper. Adults are strange. While Mom was alive, they never cherished her. After she died, they cried as if they had lost a rare treasure. So fake, now. Even a diary receives such treatment. But what about my mom? What did she receive? She got nothing until after her death, when they began to show their useless and insincere guilt. Uncle then asked Dad, what was she like when she died? Was it painful? Dad couldn't hold back anymore, stood up, and punched Uncle. He growled, what's the point of asking these questions now? Just get out of our lives. Uncle left, but he still came every day, unwaveringly watching over me. He stayed outside my kindergarten, beneath my apartment. He never came close, just silently watched me from afar. After I got home, Dad spent more time with me, always the first to rush into the kindergarten to pick me up, making the other kids envious. But I knew Dad was busier. He hadn't had a full night's sleep in a long time, always working late into the night with the light on after I fell asleep. I said I could go home by myself, but Dad insisted otherwise. Uncle had scared him. He never dared let me be alone again. Later, I even saw Judy. She came looking for Uncle right at the entrance of my kindergarten. She begged Uncle to come home, not to abandon her. Uncle frowned and shouted, don't touch me. I climbed onto the back seat of Dad's electric scooter, unable to help but look over. I really hate Judy. Seeing her in trouble made me happy. Uncle ignored her, just like before, driving me home safely. He was driving right behind her. Judy frantically chased after him and, in her haste, she and her wheelchair toppled over. She was definitely doing it on purpose. She's always been good at playing the victim. Judy tried to push herself up from the ground with great difficulty but fell helplessly again. Her leg was broken, and she was doomed to be disabled for life, unable to stand. She deserved it. Crying, Judy yelled, brother, why are you treating me like this? Rachel is already dead. Do you not want me either? She screamed like a madwoman. She is dead. She will never come back to life. But I am still alive. Her uncle suddenly stopped, turned around, and walked toward her. Judy opened her arms to him with a delighted expression. I knew it, brother. You wouldn't ignore me. Let's go back together. Her words were abruptly cut off by a loud slap. Her uncle fiercely slapped her. Don't come looking for me. Don't let me hear such things again. If it weren't for you, Dad wouldn't have died. If not for you, Rachel wouldn't have become estranged from us, wouldn't have run away from home, wouldn't have died. I never thought you could be so malicious, Judy. You've become this monstrous figure as retribution. It's what you deserve. You should die, atone for your sins. Judy's lips trembled, her face turned deathly pale, tears streamed down her cheeks. Her uncle started the car without a glance at her, but he was also at fault. Adults are always like this. They teach us to correct our mistakes and that makes us good children. But when they make mistakes, they desperately try to justify themselves, and even better, find some scapegoats. For my uncle, Judy was that scapegoat, clearly. It was his indulgence that led Judy to make one mistake after another, that repeatedly hurt my mother. Uncle, you deserve to die too. I'll be starting elementary school soon. It's tough to get into a good elementary school, where everyone is vying for a spot. In order for me to attend school, Dad bought a house in the school district. Working tirelessly. At that time, my uncle came with an acceptance letter from the best elementary school. Dad told him to get lost. We don't care for it. My uncle became angry. What kind of life can she have with you? Look at her now. She's no different from the wild kids outside. Only I can provide Christy with the best life. Dad's face turned grim. When will you stop being so self-righteous? I can give her the best love in this world, a happy and joyful childhood. I am her father. I will always love her. Reeves, you can't provide that, Dad said. Fortunate people heal their whole lives with their childhood. But the unfortunate spend their entire lives healing their childhood. My mom was never lucky. Her childhood was spent in constant fear and trepidation, always worrying about where she might be sold and to which family she would become a daughter-in-law. When she finally returned home during her adolescence, she was overjoyed, thinking she was starting a new life, finally loved and cherished. But it all turned out to be an illusion. Later, she and Dad fell in love and decided to run away to start a new life together. But then an accident took her away. She was never lucky in her life. Dad gently kissed my forehead. Your mom was lucky. She met me and gave birth to Christy. She had her moments of fortune. And then Dad cried again. After Mom passed away, Dad became someone who cried easily. Uncle glared at Dad with resentment. I could have cleared up the misunderstanding with Rachel if you hadn't taken her away. How did we end up like this, Harris? What gives you the right? Uncle looked down on my dad. Dad had a tough start in life, being an orphan. In his eyes, Dad was poor and useless, incapable of providing a good life for Mom. What had his wealthy uncle provided for her? Though, Dad put me down and struck Uncle with a fierce punch. You're an idiot. This is all your fault. Don't try to shift the blame onto me. Where were you when Rachel was suffering from illness? When she cried out for her mom and dad, for her brother, where were you? You were with Judy. Let me tell you, Rachel was in great pain when she died, barely able to speak. Still, she prayed to God to never meet you again in her next life, especially you, Reeves. Rachel despised you the most. Uncle's face turned pale. He seemed unable to stand any longer and fell heavily to the ground. Then, burying his head between his knees, he sobbed like a child. I couldn't understand why Dad was lying. Mom clearly passed away because of an accident. The cancer diagnosis 3 years ago was a medical error. Mom was never actually sick. But Dad told me, people only believe what they want to believe. Otherwise your mom wouldn't have suffered so much. They won't bother to check. They will keep believing until they die that your mom was still begging for their love. Let them feel guilty. They should. I nodded, half understanding. When I saw Uncle again, it was much later. On the anniversary of Mom's death at the cemetery, Uncle had lost a lot of weight, nothing but skin and bones. He no longer carried himself with the same vitality. His eyes were dim, devoid of any light. He said to my dad, actually, after you two got married, I went to see her. You were not living well at that time, and I never understood why you would live in that damp, dirty basement. How can she still manage to laugh? I thought she couldn't take it anymore and would come back. I guess I was actually angry that she could laugh so heartily in front of you, but in front of us, she always appeared so timid. She clearly comes from a wealthy family, possessing money and status others don't have, yet she still behaves as if she's not good enough, bringing shame to the family. Dad roared, because you never gave her enough security. You never taught her how to fit into your class and world. She's too timid and too kind. She won't fight for herself, initially. She even felt guilty towards Judy, thinking she shouldn't come home. Uncle was silent for a long time, so long that I thought he wouldn't speak again. Then he said, later she had Christy, and later, the smile on her face grew more frequent. I thought, let her be deluded, let you all live that messed up life. I won't interfere anymore. But I never expected her to get sick, to die. Dad cursed loudly. Reeves, you're sick. Uncle didn't argue. He just quietly knelt in front of Mom's gravestone, tears streaming down like rain. His back was bowed, his shoulders slumped. The setting sun stretched his shadow very long. There's something I never told Uncle. I actually recognized him, a long time ago. I saw him in Mom's photo album. Mom had a thick photo album full of people I had never met. Whenever I asked Mom who they were, she would just close the album with tears in her eyes. It wasn't until Uncle found me that I learned they were Mom's parents and her brother. After Mom died, Dad burned the album in a fire. I thought Dad wanted the album to accompany Mom. Only now do I understand that Dad hated them deeply. He hated that they never truly loved my mom, that they promised her happiness but went back on their word, never fulfilling it. I hate them too. I will never forgive them. Later, I heard Judy had a severe reaction after surgery and died. It was said that before her death, she kept mumbling, "It's Rachel coming back for me, Rachel is taking revenge." After Judy died, Grandma was devastated and soon passed away too. Uncle became truly alone. Hearing this news, Dad went to Mom's gravestone, laid out her favorite fried chicken and barbecue, and shared these good news with Mom, Rachel. They all deserved it. Even if you see them underground, you can't forgive them, okay? Late love is cheaper than grass. They don't deserve it. Dad got drunk and started crying again. When Christy grows up a bit more, when she gets married, I'll come to find you, Rachel. I miss you so much. After Mom passed away, it started to rain heavily in Dad's world. The rain drizzled on and on. I hid nearby, tears streaming down my face. When I miss Mom, I hold her little blanket, fall asleep watching her videos and photos. When Dad misses Mom, he comes here to talk to her all night long. Later, when Uncle got drunk, as I stepped into the swimming pool, I died. Was it an accident, or was it suicide? I don't know, but the lawyer told me that a long time ago, my uncle had made a will leaving all his property to me. He set up a foundation that would provide me with money each year to support my studies and living expenses until I turned 18. At that point, I could freely manage the substantial inheritance. If anything were to happen to me before then, the property would go directly to charity, the lawyer said. Although Mr. Reeves believed your father loved you dearly, human nature is frail, and he considered all possible scenarios. The love of parents for their children entails far-reaching plans. Your uncle felt the same way. My uncle also left me a letter. He wrote that he was going to find my mother and apologize to her in person. Christy, you must grow up well, listen to your father. And be good. Your uncle is going to protect your mother now. I'm sorry, Christy. That night, I slept deeply and saw my mother again. I had grown up quite a bit, becoming a big kid, but my mother still looked the same as before, stunningly beautiful. I finally had the chance to ask her, "Mom, do you feel happy?" My mom nodded and exchanged a smile with my dad. Dad hugged both me and my mom and said, with Dad loving Mom, how could she be unhappy? Dad is the person in the world who loves Mom the most. I disagreed. It's Christy who loves Mom the most in the world. My mom's tears were at the top of my head, feeling warm. Then Mom's Christy should be even happier than Mom and be happy forever. After hearing the story above, what are your thoughts? Feel free to share your opinions in the comments section. Looking forward to hearing from you. If you liked this story, don't forget to like it, share it, and subscribe to my channel. See you next time.